RymeNation family, Wagwan says my peeps, they are back with another video. So, Ninjaman, RymeNation family, rush Queen Ifrica from prison. And when me talk about rush, him rush her in a one good way, RymeNation family. Ninjaman say, him been a pre Queen Ifrica when Queen Ifrica just a come up in the music. Queen Ifrica then did have a purpose. So from the other day, I pre Queen Ifrica and I say, yo, Queen Ifrica act strange and act out of line. Seems like Queen Ifrica lose it. You see me? So the man I say, yo, Queen Ifrica, you need to get back your act together. You see me? Because you go off track. You see me? So him end up talk about Marion wearing a lot of people being chastised in a class, Marion. So Marion, formerly known as the Ladies of RymeNation family, end up move from dancehall side of music and gone on the gospel side of music. She get booked for reggae sunfest, and a lot of people been cause Ariana say, yo, she feel leave out of the secular side of music. She a do gospel, why she a gonna mix up with the secular side of music? You see me? So Ninjaman say, yo, from when she a do it in the name of Jesus, she can go anywhere from a God to and thing. RymeNation family. You see me? So right about now, I want to take a look on the video, leave your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section and tell me what you think about this. And if you're new to the RymeNation channel, please subscribe to the channel, like up the video, share the video. And as per usual, my peeps, make sure you watch the video to the end.
This is the fourth in a series of letters from Ninjaman by way of Empress Misha. I am Jojo Mac. This letter is written to address all who have a problem with the previous letters, insisting that I'm not intelligent enough to articulate with such intellect and more. Sometimes intelligence is not proven until it is absolutely necessary. Education never rears its head until it's inexorable, and wisdom is not observed until it is established. Sometimes you have a message, and if you don't relay that message through the appropriate channel so it's delivered effectively, it can get lost in transition. I have been fortunate enough to find the right person to deliver my messages in exactly the way I intended, which is greatly appreciated. So please do not attack or persecute the messenger, as these are entirely my thoughts. There are a couple of things I would like to address in this, my fourth letter. First, I would like to communicate to Queen Ifrica as she has leveled a bit of venom toward me. Queen, I've always had respect for you because of the way you presented yourself to us in the industry and to the world at large. You stood for truth and rights and carried yourself in such a way that we had no choice but to applaud your existence. But lately, you have been operating outside that realm. Queen, please remember what Rastafari means. It's a religious movement among Black people that teaches eventual redemption of Black people and their return to their African roots. Rastafarians have distinctive codes of behavior and dress, including the wearing of dreadlocks, the smoking of marijuana, cannabis, the rejection of Western medicine, and adherence to a diet that excludes a number of things that other members of society finds palatable. We have always seen you as a Rastafarian queen who carried those traits, who spoke upliftment and strength. But this is not the Queen Ifrica we have been seeing of late. Again, let me reiterate that if you had not mentioned me in the way you did, I would not feel it necessary to say this to you. I do not know what is happening in your life, but you are out in the public space addressing people in ways that are unbecoming of you, using words that a respected Rastafarian queen has no business using. Everyone has ups and downs in life. It is simply called life. Life happens for all of us, but everyone should be able to pull into themselves when going through certain abnormalities until they can achieve normalcy. I have nothing but time, so I will use this time to keep you and others like you in my prayers. Please find a better way of getting your message across without acrimony. I am not mad at you. This is just letting you know that you are losing the respect of the very people you empowered. Speak your piece in the appropriate arena, one that I am sure exists in the Rastafarian world. Then maybe you will find the support you seek. Secondly, I want to speak on what's going on with Marion Hall. A lot of people are trying to crucify Marion Hall for making the decision to perform at Sumfest. My message to her is this: do not let anyone stop you from doing what you do. I am sure you did not tell anyone that you will be going into that space as Lady Saw. Everyone saw you on an entirely different mission than Lady Saw was on. God blessed you with the talent, the persona, and the style that you have to go by the waysides and edges and bid wanderers to come. Go to the dance hall, get one. Go to the go-go club, get two. Go wherever God takes you, long as you shake your booty in the name of Jesus. When Papa San and Lieutenant Stitchie went on non-gospel stage shows, no one complained about them. Remake all your songs you did as Lady Saw into gospel and burn down Sumfest. Please separate yourself from the constant quarreling that has become the norm for too many females in dancehall. It's just confusion. Too many of them need to spend more time in the studio honing their craft and less time bickering with each other. Back in the day, females in the space had their share of disagreements, but it was mostly played out on the stage or in the recorded music. There wasn't that much dissension, and if there was, it was handled differently. The females from the 90s and before were not making the kind of money that the women of today are making in music. Yet, the bars have been lowered to a level that's below the snake's belly. Thirdly, Papa San was my biggest rival in the early days, and then Lieutenant Stitchie. But off the stage, the rivalry was non-existent. Supercat and Early B nurtured us. They raised us up in the business. They did not try to stop our growth. There were many others who watched out for the new arrivals. They were not bitter toward them. $100,000 back then is equivalent to $1 million now. We could purchase homes and invest in things to fall back on when the rainy days came. We need to make the industry stronger, not weaken it. All the other genres have gone past us. Producers should stick to making reggae and dancehall music. There are too many crossover rhythms being made, and they're not being made well enough to compete against the people who are making them authentically. They're not made to last. Too many computer-generated beats are being made. We need to use real musicians playing real instruments so we can recapture the essence of what reggae and dancehall truly are. I am not saying we should not evolve, but do so within our genre. Growth is good, but diversion is destroying the industry. Dancehall and reggae was our biggest earners alongside tourism, much of which was generated by the music that drew people to our little island. Dancehall and reggae was 7 days per week. The age range in dancehall attendance was from the youngest to the oldest. Now it's basically young people, most of which can't buy more than one drink for the night. Think about that. Dancehall needs people of all ages to keep growing. Bob Marley is still our biggest artist in the world, and it's largely because of the message in his music and the respect people have for him, which is why he's so loved and why his legacy continues to grow in leaps and bounds. I am imploring all artists, producers, musicians, and promoters to return to dancehall and reggae. Modernize it, yes, but make changes gradually as we maintain its authenticity. Bring back the music. Thanks for listening.